and this is my presentation about our final website, Wanna Pizza Me. For this, I'm going to start off with the different responsive web design elements of it. So here are some screenshots I took from the Screenfly website. And one I did like kind of like a laptop view, a tablet view, and also a phone view. So that's kind of some examples of how it is web responsive. And for this, I used a lot more of the bootstrap elements than the hand coding because it was a lot easier for me to do that in a sense. And here's like if I went like this, you can see that it is responsive as well. So just to show you around my site a little bit, here is my homepage with my index. This is my jQuery element I used of the different slideshow with the different elements I used here. Then on the About Us page, it's just a little bit about our company, and then this is where I use the CSS to light up this image over here as well, with some hours and location information. Then our menu, and then I have one for just a pizza menu with the sizes and everything like that. And then also I have a pasta sandwich and appetizer, so kind of everything else would kind of fall into this category. And then finally, I have my subscribe menu. So for this, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. It was just a lot of the issues I was having was on the back end of it, is when I made how I thought it was to begin with. And then it turned out that I needed to have additional information. So then I had to rename things in my website and work from there. So that was kind of difficult to use. So right now I'm just using old information I've had. And you might be wondering why I use Bootstrap more than hand coding. Just because for me personally, this was the biggest issue for me was hand coding it. That was the hardest exercise I had. While if I did the Bootstrap, I understood a lot more of that. So I used a lot more Bootstrap elements than the actual hand coding of it. And then after you subscribe, you get to my thank you page. And then thanks for your subscription, and then you can just return to click to your home page. Then we can go into MySQL. And then if I refresh this, you can see I've added a new contact at the bottom. And this, since there wasn't, I didn't type anything for address to, there's no information in that. So yeah, that's kind of how this data looks like for this one. And then here is my pizza jQuery if it opens. So this is what my menu for the pizzas look like. And then also for the rest of the menu, I have menu right here. And then this is where I have everything else located in this workbench. So for me, the biggest challenge was getting everything responsive. For me, even though I had the exact same information from page to page, some pages were responsive and some weren't. It was like half and half. So that was a big challenge for me. The biggest success for me was getting my databases to work. I struggled through a little bit, but I was really happy with how my contact page ended up being, and also even with having to go back and change the contact page with adding those extra elements. It works, so that made me really happy. And then that was probably also one of the biggest things I learned too with the databases. It's actually kind of cool now to understand how websites on their own can collect their data and also basically collect their data and use that data for their advantage for future endeavors as well. So I'm personally really happy with my website and how it turned out. So thank you so much for watching this, and I hope you learned a little bit about my website.